So hey guys, Gabriel here, and I'm just going to be making a quick little video on how I nearly deleted everything on my computer. Again, this time it's actually kind of my fault because, well, I went onto a sketchy website and I'm pretty sure I downloaded a virus that made me glitch everything on my computer, but luckily everything's fine, everything's back to normal. But yeah, I shouldn't have gone onto a sketchy website and downloaded something, so yeah. Here's the story. So me and a bunch of friends like Mask Knight were in a Discord call. We were just watching movies and everything, and we pirated our movies. We watched them online for free, so we did some illegal shit. Yeah, we basically just pirated the movies. But we were watching this one movie called The Impossible, which if you guys don't know is based off of the 2004 tsunami. But what was happening was that the video kept on lagging, so I was like, well, I'm gonna watch the movie Unfriended. Now, the Mask Knight had already watched the movie Unfriended with me, but the other people in the Discord call haven't. But I was scared that the video was gonna lag on there as well, so I was like, might as well just download the movie. So I tried to download the movie where I got it from the pirated streaming website. That wasn't working, so I decided to go onto a different website to download the movie for free, and that's when shit starts getting real. So I start downloading it, and it downloaded this one other file which I failed, but I tried to re-download it again because I thought it was the MP4 file. Looking at it right now is probably the worst thing I could have done. So I re-downloaded the file and it made the second file, which was an MP4 file, so I was not knowing what the other file was. And after I downloaded the MP4 file, I was like, okay, I just opened up the MP4 file and I loaded up the video, and when it's getting to the universal title screen, the little glitches and everything, if you guys have watched Unfriended, it got to the glitch and then my whole computer froze. But strangely, I could still hear people in the call, so I was like, can you guys hear me? And the Masked Knight and a bunch of other people were like, yeah, we can still hear you. And I just told them like, hey, my computer is completely frozen. So I was clicking and clicking on everything and nothing was interacting. Like, I could still move my mouse and everything, but like literally nothing was happening on the computer screen. So I keep on clicking on everything, nothing is happening, so I decided to click Control-Alt-Delete, but for some reason I decided to click sign out instead of, restart or shut down. And after I sign out, it said something called preparing Windows. It had that little default profile icon, and below it said preparing Windows. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna restart my computer. So I pressed the power button for 5 seconds because I'm gonna do a hard reboot. So I pressed down the power button for 5 seconds, completely shut down everything, and when I started back up, it still says preparing Windows. But after it said it was done preparing Windows, it automatically signed me in, and everything was just fucking gone. Like, everything was gone. Like, half of the shit on my desktop was completely gone. The only thing that was still showing up was my Sony Vegas's for some odd reason, and OBS and Twitch for some odd reason. So I'm like, oh shit, I just downloaded a virus. So I tried to join back into the Discord call to notify the people because I'm pretty sure they were fucking worried that my shit was fucked. Which in other terms, yes, it was fucked. Now I'm freaking out because I was like, oh shit, if it deleted everything on my desktop, what is happening to my drive? Because I have a drive that is filled with my old photos from my family and everything that has not been backed up. I lied on the Discord call saying that it was backed up. Shit was not backed up, alright? So I'm panicking, right? But for some reason, when I go into my disk folder, it still says I still have all the files on my hard drive. So I'm like confused and everything, like, it still says I still have everything on my computer, it's just that it's not showing up on my desktop. So I'm like scrambling to get to the folder where all my, personal family photos are and everything, and thank the Lord that it was still there, because Jesus Christ, if that wasn't there, then I would have had no backup whatsoever of these photos. But now thinking about it, I should have also been worried about the tornado lost footage thing, because if that shit would have had been deleted twice, oh my god, I would have fucking screamed. If you guys have watched my old video of where I talked about how I deleted everything in my downloads folder and how I basically lost everything for Tornado Lost Footage Part 10, you guys would have known how much I literally cried after I made that video, because I was like, I lost everything that I worked for that video. Shit was an hour long and I just completely lost it. But luckily at the time I wasn't thinking that, because if I was thinking that, I'm pretty sure I would have a mental breakdown. But all I cared about at that moment in time was if my family photos were still okay. But at the time I was only thinking about my family photos, but luckily those were not deleted. So I go back into Discord call, and the Masked Knight tells me to get an antivirus, which you really don't need an antivirus for Windows 10 because Windows protection is already good enough. But I still decided to download everything because I'm like, what bad can it do? But for some reason, when I try to go go to the Windows Store, that shit was gone. Like, it wasn't even on my computer. I was like, how the fuck did it do that? I didn't even know that you can even delete the Windows Store from your computer. Another strange thing I should say is that it deleted my Google account from my Google Chrome. So I'm like, if this shit got my fucking Google account, if this thing got my Google account, I would actually be like more panicked. But luckily I was able to sign in and nothing happened. I'm telling you, at the time I wasn't panicking, but but now thinking about it now, I should have been way more worried than I was. So after I downloaded the antivirus, what happened was that it actually never opened. Like, I couldn't get the program to open. So I'm like, shit, I can't get the program open. And then I remembered, like, there's something called Windows Defender. And when I try to load up Windows Defender, that shit is gone too. So I'm like, what the fuck is happening? I'm just thinking to myself, how am I going to get this virus off my computer if I don't have Windows Defender or any type of antivirus? So I'm like, I am going to shut down my computer and I'm going to turn it back on and hopefully forget about everything. So I just tell people in the Discord call, I'm going to go and I'm going to shut down my computer and I'm gonna start it back up. So I shut down my computer and turn it back on, and what happened was that it took me through the setup screen of Windows 10 for some odd reason. Like, I just got a brand new computer. You know how it tells you like to buy Office, set up your OneDrive and everything? I'm like, dude, if this shit just restarted my whole computer. So I go through the whole setup process just thinking, I just have lost everything. And when I click finish, everything was back to normal. I had all my programs, everything was loaded up and everything was fine. Like, nothing had happened. So I joined the back Discord call, I send a picture and I'm like, hey, everything's fine, everything's good, I got everything back. So yeah. That's the crazy chaotic story of how I basically nearly lost everything due to a damn virus from a free movie website. Yes, it is my fault that I go to these shady websites and just download everything. So yeah, basically everyone in that Discord call nearly saw my computer get destroyed by a virus. So yeah, don't pirate your movies, buy them legally, but yeah. But yeah, thank you to everyone who was in that Discord call, especially the Masked Knight. But yeah, see you guys later and bye. Thank the Lord this wasn't like last time where I nearly deleted everything.